As we've announced today, we have new members just arrived to the board, and we are also looking at the moment to planning and fundraising. So over the past 3 months, we've been working to completely rewrite the business plan to have it more focused. We now have a team of experienced and business-focused staff in-house. And we've also been fundraising because although our website has certainly had a facelift, as you saw in the film, there's still lots to do, and the back end of the site is pretty much the same as it's always been. We've also been consulting with makers for a possible Crafts Scotland membership, which we're hoping to launch by January next year. And we've been developing our philosophy, which we'd like to launch today. So if you've got cards with you on your seat, you should have a philosophy card. We've worked very hard on this because we've really talked a lot over the past few months about how people didn't perhaps get the change that Crafts Scotland had come from a project to an organisation, from a project that looked internally at the sector to an outward-facing audience development agency. We hadn't really communicated that to you when I first joined. So after a few months of working with the board and with David and with the team, we've developed a new business plan and a new philosophy. So our purpose is to unite, inspire and champion Scottish craft. Our vision is to be the world's most inspirational creative organisation. We are not a craft organisation, we are a creative organisation working with the best copywriters, the best cameras, the best whatever we are doing at the time. It's quite a vision to achieve. So we said it should keep us going for 50 years, I think we said in one business planning session. It might be a little longer, I'm not sure how you actually quantify that. Then we have our values on the back of the postcard, and these are something that we're particularly proud of because these are not going to be written into a business plan or a funding application and stored away till we have to evaluate. These have been written by the staff, have been argued over by the staff, and we absolutely 100% abide by them. I call these our personality as much as I think of them as our philosophy. We will champion quality, and there's explanations on the card for what all these things mean. We will be brave, we will be creative, we will look forward, and we will act with absolute integrity. So, the membership. One of the things about looking forward is representing the sector. And whilst we talk about representation of the directories and what's happening in the sector on the website, we don't really have contact with all of you, the 1,700 people that's represented on the directory at the moment. We want to be able to sit in forum internationally. I've just been invited onto the World Craft Council Europe's panel for the first time. I want to be able to talk about what is happening in Scotland and about what you actually feel needs to change, both internally within the country and also across the world within the craft sector. We can't really do that at the moment, and a membership will be able to provide that opportunity for us to communicate with you on a regular basis, both online, via the usual communication methods, but also in person through a variety of membership networked events. We want to be able to communicate more closely with you on what we're doing, because at the moment we're aware that you get an Inside Crafts Scotland newsletter, but then it's up to you whether you look to the website or whether you look at the blogs and Facebook and social networking. So we want to be able to streamline our communication and make sure that you get exactly what you need to get from us. I'll be honest, it's also about income generation. We need to start developing our own income. We're now a fully functioning organisation. As Louise mentioned earlier, we're growing up and we need to start developing income in order to secure the organisation moving forward. And we need to improve resource, and part of the generation of income will allow us to do that. We have a very small budget that's free to do any kind of events or campaigns. So we need to be able to develop that resource, and we feel that the membership is a thing that can absolutely push this forward. So for about 2.5, 3 months now, I've been leading consultation sessions across the country. We've been open and honest. We've said at the top of the meetings, this is not about defending Crafts Scotland. We want to know the good, the bad and the ugly. The first person, she gave me the good, the bad and the ugly. I thought, oh, it's going to be a long summer. But it's been very interesting, and it's very clear that there are similar needs across country and across sessions, and also themes that are more focused on geographical areas. So it's really been an interesting process. We didn't know what the membership was going to look like. We still don't know fully because we're still consulting. But we started out really not knowing what it was going to be, and it's nice to be able to say, well, it was going to be like this, but then Glasgow went and changed it all. And it's really nice to be able to say that when we do start promoting this membership, it's a membership built with the makers in mind and built with the makers. We're also offering telephone sessions as well, so if anybody's interested in having a one-to-one with me, we're offering up to 10 one-hour consultation sessions with me. So, more on the membership show in future months. As I said, we're wanting to launch it in January, but we will, first of all, need to develop our website, because at the moment we can't administer the website, so the membership through the site. It's quite a basic back end, and we need to very much look to invest in the site. Now, we have a very small marketing budget, well, very small budget full stop, and so we decided to put together an application for the Ambition Fund. The Ambition Fund is supported by Creative Scotland. It was first in a fund from Arts Council England, came up to Scotland last year, and 15 organisations put forward a business case to develop their organisation through online change. This is not about saying the website's blue and want it to be pink. It's much more about pushing the organisation forward, training, functionality, all those things that will help the business and therefore help you. So we put forward an ambition plan over the course of spring and early summer, and we were told by our advisor to put in for no more than £30,000, because we probably wouldn't get any more than £30,000. But in usual Craft Scotland spirit, we said it's called Ambition, we're ambitious, we're going to go for the full whack that we want. So we asked for 43,000, we have been given 43,000, and we are going to be working over the course of the next 3 or 4 months to completely redevelop the site. There's going to be a site that's focused completely on the public. So at the moment, if you're somebody living in Manchester, interested in Scottish craft, you don't know who Emma is, you know, you might not care if Emma's gone to Dundee for the day to meet up with, I don't know, Louise Valentine, which I blogged about recently, but you might do if you're in the sector because you want to know what I'm doing. So the front-facing website is going to be very much about the public. It's also going to be much more interactive, so people can say, I saw so-and-so's exhibition the other day and isn't it fantastic, and people can socially interact on the site, and makers can too as well, of course. There's also going to be a new site focused completely on the sector. This is not just the sector in Scotland. If you work in the craft sector and in whatever role you are working in, and you want to have the resource that's within the back end of that site, you can become a registered user for free and you'll be able to access some of the resource. There will be much heavier resource in there for the membership. I don't want to announce too much about that today because we're still working on that. But there will be lots of resources and information and contacts and networks in there for you. And rather excitingly, we're launching an American website. It's the biggest export market for Scottish craft. It's our second biggest visitor group for our website, one of the top visitor groups for our social networking. And so we're developing a site that is going for the American market. It will be talking about Scots in America. So-and-so is exhibiting at MoMA, go along and have a look. It's also going to be talking about Americans in Scotland and what they're up to. And we're also going to be developing our Meet Your Maker packages, so Meet Your Maker vacations, trails, tours, etc. And there will also be an online retail area to both the American site and also the public site that's focused on the UK audience. And another exciting thing is that it comes with a marketing budget, which is absolutely crucial. We haven't really had any money to invest in the marketing budget before. So, yeah. Okay, so what does this mean? Basically, it means I'm running over time, but we are here for you. We are not, you are not here to justify our existence. We are a membership, or will be a membership organisation. We are here for you, so speak to us. We need to work together. If we're not doing something that you want us to do, if we're doing something that you're not too sure about, come and speak to us. We will have an honest and open conversation with you. We don't really easily take offence. We like to know when we do well, so please do tell us, but we also like to know when things aren't going so great, because these are the challenges, and Craft Scotland staff and board, they thrive on a challenge. Our philosophy is our personality. We are brave, we will act with integrity, we will absolutely go hell for leather to promote the Scottish craft sector. We are ambitious, creative, networked, supportive, friendly and honest. And as Garth Johnson from Extreme Craft in California says, they do things differently in Scotland, at least Craft Scotland does. We would very, very much like you to join us. So I would like to now pass over to Rebecca, who is going to talk to you more about how you can join us and what we're going to be doing in the future. So thank you very much.